When Dax Corvin saw the girl shackled to the auction block on Faro Station, he thought two things. First, she shouldn't be here. And second, damn it, now I have to do something stupid. She was tall for her kind, lithe, violet-skinned, with matte black tattoos curling down her arms like jungle vines. Her eyes, though, they were wrong. Too clear, too fierce. Not the dull submission Dax had come to expect at these black market auctions. She met his gaze like she was measuring him. Not afraid. Judging. The merchant next to Dax, a fat-skinned Avlari with nasal tubes, gurgled a laugh. That one. She's not for you, human. That's a pet of Lord Zavros himself. She got stolen a cycle ago. The Slavers Guild wants her back before Zavros tears Pharaohs apart. You'd need a death wish. Dax just smiled, finishing his synth ale. Yeah, he muttered. Lucky me. He vanished into the crowd. 30 minutes later, the auction exploded. Smoke grenades. Screaming aliens. Stun blasters. In the chaos, no one noticed the human in a battered pilot's jacket lift the girl, shackles and all, and vanish into the steam tunnels below the station. They didn't make it far. The girl, even bound, moved like a predator. Once in the shadows, she snapped her elbow into Dax's ribs, flipped him to the ground, and pressed a broken pipe against his throat. Her voice was like thunder wrapped in silk. Who sent you? She hissed. If you say Zavros, I'll break your jaw. Easy. Dax gasped, barely able to breathe. I saw the auction. I couldn't let them sell you. That's it. She stared at him, eyes narrowed, pipe still pressed to his windpipe. I don't believe you. Yeah, neither would I, he coughed. But my ship's 2 clicks from here, and guards are going to flood these tunnels in minutes. If you kill me now, you'll be back in chains by sundown. Long pause. Her eyes flicked to the ceiling as distant boots thudded above. Then she released him with a grunt. You better not be lying, human. I'm a freelance pilot, he wheezed. Lying is my job. But not today. By the time they reached his ship, the Nomad's grin, alarms were wailing across the station. Dax keyed in his launch codes while the girl leaned against a crate, watching him like a hawk. You got a name? He asked, powering up the engines. Kivera, she said. That's pretty. It wasn't mine before Zavros. He glanced back. You want me to call you something else? She tilted her head. Call me what you want. You already own me now, don't you? Dax stopped cold. Look, I don't do slaves, he said. I'm not here to own anyone. You're free. You were the only one not broken on that block. That mattered to me. Kivera didn't answer. She just sat down, staring out the viewport as the stars bent and the ship jumped to hyperspace. 4 days she said little. She avoided sleeping in the bunk he offered, choosing instead to curl up near the engine's low thrum, like the hum soothed her. She studied everything. Layout, exits, every bolt on the airlock, and never once relaxed. But she didn't run either. On the 4th day, Dax found her in the galley trying to figure out the food printer. He slid her a protein wrap. She blinked. You poisoned it. Only slightly, he joked. Adds flavor. She took a cautious bite. Then another. A strange quiet settled between them. Not awkward. Tense. Finally she asked. Why did you do it? Do what? Steal me. Dax leaned back, eyes distant. Because I've seen what Zavros does. I've run cargo for desperate rebels and half-dead refugees. I saw a girl once, burned to the bone for looking at him. And I looked at you on that block and thought, no, not this time. Kivera studied him for a long moment. You're a fool. He smiled. Yeah, but I sleep okay. They traveled for 3 more weeks, bouncing between shadow ports, avoiding bounty notices. Zavros had put up a price on Kivra's head so high it made Dax's stomach churn. Not dead. Life. Which meant she mattered. Which meant they were in serious trouble. One night, Dax found her sitting in the cargo bay, shirt soaked in sweat, breathing hard. "Nightmare?" he asked. She shook her head. "Memories." He sat next to her, not too close. "I wasn't always his," she said. "My people, we were warriors once. Zavros invaded our world. Said we were too noble to break. So he broke us first." She swallowed hard. "He chose me because I fought the longest. He chained me in gold and paraded me like a trophy. Said I was his greatest conquest. I stopped fighting eventually. Not because I gave in. Because if I didn't, he'd kill someone else." Silence. Dax placed a gentle hand near hers. "You're not his conquest anymore," he said softly. She looked at him. For the first time, her eyes weren't guarded. "No," she whispered. "I'm not." But the past never stays buried. They were refueling at a forgotten moon dock when the bounty hunters came. Dax spotted them too late. 7 ships dropping out of warp, all black hulls and blood-red markings. The Crimson Pact. Zavros's personal dogs. "Kivra!" he shouted, sprinting down the hall. "They found us." She was already strapping on gear. An old shock pistol, a stolen blade. "You get us out," she said. "I'll buy you time. I'm not leaving you. You have to. They won't kill me. They'll take me back. But you, they'll skin you alive for stealing his prize." Dax grabbed her shoulders. "Then let's make sure they don't get either of us." The battle was chaos. Dax launched the Nomad's grin through a spinning debris field while Kivra fought off boarding parties in the lower decks. Screams echoed through the ship. Blood painted the walls. At one point, she found herself face to face with a hunter wearing Zavros's crest. He smiled. "You belong to him." Kivra smiled back and drove her blade through his throat. When the final ship exploded in the distance and the last hunter fell, she stumbled into the cockpit, soaked in ash and blood. Dax looked up. "We clear." She nodded. "Good." He passed out. They laid low after that. Dax spent a week in med-sleep, ribs shattered, shoulder dislocated. Kivra watched over him, bandaged him, even tried to cook once, burned the wrap into a brick. When he woke, groaning, she scowled. "Idiot," she muttered. "You were supposed to run." "You keep assuming I'm smart," he rasped. She smiled for the first time. One evening, she found him on the roof of an old ruin, stargazing. "You still think I'm just a slave?" she asked. "No," he said. "I think you're the storm Zavros tried to bottle." She sat beside him. "I don't know what to do next. I'm free but my world is gone. My people scattered. Revenge feels hollow." "Then build something new," he said. "You've survived. That's power. Use it." She looked at him, eyes soft. "I want to stay. If you'll let me." Dax turned to her, heart thudding. "I'd be an idiot to say no." She leaned in, and for once, no ghost stood between them. But peace doesn't last. 3 weeks later, a message pierced every known network. A hologram of Lord Zavros. His face twisted with rage. "To the worm who stole from me, know this. You have taken what was mine. But she was never yours. Return her, and I may grant you a quick death. Keep running, and I will turn every star you hide behind into ash. Kivra belongs to me." Dax and Kivra watched it in silence. She looked at him. "He'll never stop." "No," Dax said, jaw tight. "But maybe we stop him." Her eyes narrowed. "You have a plan." I know a rebellion that's been waiting for a spark.